Chapter 8, Going Outside. Astronauts like to go outside, but it is not as easy as opening the front door. They are going out to nothing but space. The temperature is different because there is no air and little gravity in space. If the astronauts are not careful, they could float away from the shuttle and start to orbit on their own. When do astronauts go outside in space? Most of the time, the astronauts stay inside the space shuttle. When a special job needs to be done outside the spacecraft, the astronauts go out. What is a spacesuit? A spacesuit is like a mini spaceship. It protects an astronaut from the heat and the cold and provides oxygen to breathe. The spacesuit is thick and strong because it is made of many layers. The helmet and visor protect astronauts from the sun's harmful rays and from tiny particles speeding through space. The gloves have special tips that help the astronauts pick up things. How do the astronauts make sure they don't float away in space? The spacesuits have long, thin wires attached to them. Before the astronauts go out into space, they attach the wires to the space shuttle. This keeps them from drifting into space. Can the astronauts talk to each other when they are in space? Yes. Under the helmet, they put on a hat called a Snoopy cap. The cap has headphones and microphones. How do the astronauts get outside the shuttle? There is a room inside the space shuttle called the airlock. The airlock can be sealed off from the main cabin. After the astronauts are ready, they open the airlock and float into space. How long can the astronauts stay outside in space? The spacesuits have enough air and battery power to keep the astronauts alive for about 7 hours. Usually the astronauts stay outside for 2 or 3 hours. What kinds of jobs do the astronauts do outside in space? Astronauts may change film in an outside camera or make repairs to the space shuttle. Sometimes they do big jobs like fixing a broken satellite. Other times they go outside to wash windows. What is a jetpack? A jetpack is a backpack worn by astronauts. It has 24 thrusters that give it power. It is to be used only in an emergency. If an astronaut has lost the wire that attaches to the spacecraft, the jetpack can be used to return to the ship. Gravity grabber. Did you know that astronauts train for spacewalks underwater wearing their spacesuits? The astronauts are really floating under the water, which gives them the same feeling they will have when they float in space.